Hello everyone, Race to Glory here, and welcome back to another part of my F1 23 My Team career mode. Today we go to the Mexico City for the Mexican City Grand Prix, one of my favourite circuits on the calendar. If you do remember, last time out in Qatar we had a massive reality check in both qualifying, the sprint and the race. This is Q3, where our lap was good enough for P6 at the time. We started P8. And we had an insane start in the sprint, actually, going from all the way from P8 round the outside of Lando Norris, getting past Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen before turn 4 and up into P3. But unfortunately, the tyre meant we couldn't hold on to it, and we fell to 8th at the flag. But in the end, we finished in 7th in the race. Again, a better start. The sprint, the pit stop sort of messed us up, but P7 we finished, and that is where we are now. If you do remember, also last time we were informed that the regulations might be changing. So will we get informed about that today? That's going to be very interesting to see. Max Verstappen, P10, his worst result of the season by some way. Felipe Drugovich, P19. Not doing well at all at the back of the field, and we will be replacing him for season 2. In the constructors, we're a bit in no man's land, just like Alpine were the season 8th. Aston Martin just ahead, but I doubt we'll be getting past them, especially as they have 2 drivers competing for it compared to our only one, me. Because let's all be honest, Drugovich has not shown any signs of getting points anytime soon, unless he gets really lucky with some sort of safety car or some other sort of some sort of crash or something. But as you can see, we are saving up our R&D for those tech regulations, so we do some activities here ahead of Mexico. So, and I was thinking here about buying. Well, I mean, there's not really much we can do. I was just checking the engines here to make sure we can do it. Don't do anything. And we are changing our tyre allocation to balanced for the remainder of the season. We used to have it on softer, but our hards, we have quite a lot of tyre wear, I've noticed, and it'll be good to get a bit less wear on the tyre, which would help us out hugely in the races. So we're going to have a harder allocation, which hopefully will do well. And speaking about tyres that are heave dampers, tyre wear upgrades succeeds, which is nice. So we'll have that on for Mexico. Hopefully not too much tyre wear there then, but we still will be doing the medium hard strategy for the remainder of the season, probably, as our car does seem to enjoy running those white rimmed tyres. So now we skip to the Mexico Grand Prix on the 26th of October, and let's head straight into it. I mean, I was thinking about buying maybe a spec, doing a bit of R&D, but I don't really see the point, considering we just are going to saving it for the tech regulations, which have now been confirmed to change. And I'm not sure which hopefully this isn't it's chassis and durability. Okay, we can live with that. We can definitely live with that. The chassis and durability departments are being reset for season 2, and immediately, as you can see, I do all the chassis parts, which are definitely the most important. But by the looks of it, it looks like we will be able to save all the chassis parts and all the durability parts, because we actually didn't do many upgrades on the durability side of things. So that's going to be very, very good for season 2. And Haas in the R&D look like they'll be going well at this rate. They are now level pegging with us on the R&D chart as McLaren, and now the best team on the grid with Red Bull down in 5th. For the lowest they've been all season, Mercedes in 2nd, AlphaTauri still lacking at the back, but Haas making a huge upgrade into this. So we sure expect them to be a lot more competitive. And now we've done quick practice, we've got a bit more R&D to spend, and hopefully this will all be nicely complete. All the weight reduction hopefully we'll be able to do. Yeah, maybe even a tyre wear. Yes, just 5 resource points. We are able to do the tyre wear. But now let's head to qualifying for the Mexico City Grand Prix. First lap then in Q1 is going to be delayed as I quickly do my setup. I do this all the time, I just don't show it, but you will see it this time because, like any common fool, I forgot to change my vehicle settings. I forgot to change the engines, which do need replacing, as you're about to see. 56% on the ICE, unacceptable. So we will be taking a penalty for that for the race. Hopefully it won't affect us too badly. I believe it's a 5 or 10 place grid penalty, I'm not sure, but that's going to cut 8 minutes short of our time, so we might only have one lap then as we start it now. Hopefully we can set a good one as we head towards turn 1, this long straight to begin with. Maybe hopefully we can get a bit of a slipstream off the AlphaTauri ahead. Into turn 1 we go. Bit deep, but other than that, pretty decent. But as you can see, oversteer already. Maybe, I'm not sure why we're having oversteer. We're on the soft tyres. We've got a higher wing setup than everyone else. But hopefully this lap is going to count. So far though, it's nothing special from us. Just been a bit, well, in the feeling in the car was sure definitely just loose at the rear end as we go up to the line. It's going to be a 120, oh my, the 124. You saw that. And that's going to be P13 for us at the moment. But we will go out for one more lap. We got only gaining 3/10 though. This is not enough to secure us through to Q2. And you can see we're just struggling at every corner. So much oversteer going off the track. So technically this lap would be invalidated if it were for the stewards a bit more lenient in the game. But as you can see, we're just so loose at the rear end, just not hitting any braking point, not hitting any apexes. It's up to the line. It's going to be, are we going to get knocked out in Q1 here? We're about to find out. 5/10 gain. Is it going to be enough to get us through into Q2? No, it's not. We are out in Q1.
Now, I'm really mad.
This is awful news. Awful. P22 for us. We've been out-qualified by our teammate for the first race this season. I could not go any faster. And we're out by 7/10 as well to Logan Sargent. Oh my gosh. And Sergio Perez out in Q1 in his home race as well. Oh my gosh. A Q1 full of surprises for us, but with the biggest shock, we're out dead last by 7/10. Felipe Drugovich out-qualifying us. Wow. Oh, that's our qualifying session over with. Let's not head to Q2. Let's not head to Q3. Let's head to the race instead. Oh my gosh.
In North America, the legendary Jim Clark won the first official F1 race back in 1963 here, and we've had a veritable who's who of winners ever since. It's Mexico City, and therefore the Mexico City Grand Prix. We're a long way above sea level here in Mexico today, which can pose some cooling issues for the cars as they make their way around this 2.6-mile lap. 17 corners with top speeds in excess of 220 miles per hour. Watch out for potential overtaking into turns 1 and 4. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Charles Leclerc rides up in pole position, and the smooth operator Carlos Sainz completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Norris, Verstappen, Hamilton, Oscar Piastri, Fernando Alonso, Gasly, Stroll, Magnussen, Bottas, Albon, Joe, Tsunoda, Ricciardo, Perez, Ocon, Hulkenberg, Drugovich, Sargent, And nice. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. It's just about time to go down to the track for the beginning of the race, but before we do, Natalie Davis, what types of strategy do you think we can expect for today's event?
Well, there's a lot that both the driver and the team have to keep in mind when going into a race. Tyres, fuel, energy recovery systems, the list goes on and on. But I think the key to today's victory will come down to the pit stop strategy. Come in too soon and you might find yourself needing more than one stop. Too late and you're putting yourself at a disadvantage by spending longer on warm tyres.
Okay, we've got that relief of having points on the board finally, so let's keep that form up and get another top 10 finish today, please.
Starting right at the back of the grid, that penalty did not affect us then at all. So we'll be doing the medium hard strategy, I believe. Depends on if we get any safety cars or anything. Medium over the medium soft. We probably will do it. The medium hard. We'll see how the tyre wear is like. Doesn't seem too high over here around Mexico. But you'll definitely find out. So you lower the fuel. Ready for the Mexico City Grand Prix. Formation lap first though. And I forgot to look at the what everyone else's tyres are on. I believe the majority are on soft, as you can see. Pretty much everyone on the soft tyres. It's been a lot. I think this is actually our worst grid position of the season. Even worse than but I think Bahrain we got started P13 because of that glitch, yeah. But other than that, really good qualifying. Unlike today where we go to 5 red lights for the Mexico City Grand Prix and it's lights out and away we go. It's a good start for us compared to Sargent. It's an insane start for us. We passed 3 cars already as we head towards turn 1. Sergio Perez wave bye-bye to the home hero as we get boxed in. Stroll, Sonoda and Hulkenberg as we go brake later, go in between them and between them 3 or 4 other cars as well. Wow, up into P12 if we can get the move on Alexander Albon as well. What an insane start for us. 10 positions before turn 1. But now Alex Albon in that slipstream wants to come back at us. I'm not going to say I'm not going to let that happen. We're going to go down the inside of Kevin Magnussen and maybe round the outside of Pierre Gasly. No, not quite. But Kevin Magnussen is right there still on the inside. Does he get the move past us? No, he doesn't. We retain the position on K-Mag as now Pierre Gasly up ahead in the Alpine, dragging that car a lot higher where it really should be. But either way, we'll find out here. We go to the inside. Magnussen putting pressure on us. He wants to go to the outside. We're going to overtake Gasly maybe. No, not quite, but he goes deep. We're going to seize that opportunity and go re-overtake him up into P10. We get a snap of oversteer though. That's not going to help us. That's the qualifying all over again. As he does re-overtake us, does Pierre Gasly. It's both Alexander Albon and Magnussen going 3 wide into that corner. Magnussen hops the curb. He crashes with Gasly a bit. We're going to try and go round the outside. We've placed our car absolutely perfectly for that move. We set it up beautifully as Gasly down in P12 now, lost 2 positions for 1. Magnussen somehow gained something, but does he have front wing damage? Or has he given Pierre Gasly front wing damage? Unfortunately for Albon, he was not able to follow us through. That would have been one insane move if he could. But as I say, he wasn't able to do it. As now we head towards the final sector. Kevin Magnussen going for the move on us round the outside. Has he done it? No, not quite. We are going to keep the position on him at the moment. But I sure think he'll have another go at us on this straight. As we begin lap 4. Kevin Magnussen right on our tail. DRS has been enabled for a lap now. He's gaining. I mean, there's no point really fighting him. He's already got DRS. ERS won't really help us at this point, as there's a yellow flag up ahead, so we can't re-overtake Magnussen. And is that Norris? There's a McLaren spun. Lando Norris is spun it. And that's brought out the full course safety car, not even a virtual one.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
There's a safety car as Lando Norris has just spun the car on the track. And wow, an unusual mistake from the McLaren driver, the young F1 boy. Everyone's fan favourite. He's spun. He's rejoined the track now, but he's in dead last behind Pierre Gasly, who did pit for a new set of tyres. And I'm thinking about it as well. Pierre Gasly pit because of front wing damage. We're just going to pit normally, I think, onto the hard tyres. The tyre wear's not too bad. Can we take these hard tyres to the end and take out as many bollard... No, sorry. We take a bollard out on the way, but we will be pitting onto the hard compound tyres. Go right to the back. I think we'll still be ahead of Pierre Gasly. We're going to go right to the back and try and pick out everyone ahead on those soft tyres before they pit and get track position on them. It's a free pit stop. I might as well. And now we're going to have to try and catch up to the safety car queue before the safety car comes in, which shouldn't be too hard. We're ahead of Pierre Gasly, though, by about 10 seconds or so. So that is fine. We keep the position on the Alpine without safety car pit stop coming in clutch as we prepare to resume racing then. Right on the back of Lando Norris as we go around the final corner. Safety car in, beginning lap 7. Pierre Gasly on our tail. We've lost, Lando's lost us a bit, but we go racing once again. Here in Mexico, Perez's pit. Sergio Perez has pit onto the mediums on lap 7. Why would he pit? Checo, why? As we go think about the move on Lando Norris on lap 7, and I'm going to go for the move down the inside of Lando Norris up into that hairpin corner. That was a brave move, and up into P13. But Perez, why would he pit on the lap the safety car's coming in the worst possible time? What are Red Bull doing? But now, Esteban Ocon, next driver to be ticked off the list, as we're going to go down the inside of him in exactly the same place. We're getting a habit of overtaking into that corner. Thank you very much, Esteban. Up into P18, and now our teammate Felipe Drugovich lies ahead of us, and you can see the grip difference between us on the softs and us on the hards and Drugovich on worn softs. Well, not just Drugovich, the whole field. We'd be able to pick off cars so easily as we gain on Drugovich. He goes defensive to the inside. We're going to go to the outside, round the outside of Drugovich. He fights us a little, to be fair, but it was quite an easy overtake. Thank you, Felipe. It's now Logan Sargent, the next driver to overtake. And are we going to go down the inside of him into this corner? Oh, yes, we are. Huge dive bomb. I think it was helped by the fact that he got held up a bit by Tsunoda up ahead, but up into P16 now, gaining positions all over the place, which is very helpful for us. And Tsunoda now up ahead. We were fighting with him before, and you know exactly where we're going to go for the move on Yuki Tsunoda. Yes, it's the hairpin dive once again. Now Kevin Magnussen up ahead. He hasn't pit yet. We have pit. We could technically go to the end on these tyres, and we were fighting him a bit previously. So Hulkenberg, sorry, not Magnussen. Hulkenberg in the upgraded Haas, P14, not doing very well, it must be said. Maybe Magnussen's doing up ahead a bit better, but we'll see. As now we get a much better exit than Hulkenberg and dive down the inside into that hairpin. I'm calling everything a hairpin. I think that one is a hairpin. But either way, as we head towards this twisty section, it's a bit like the CNRSs in Brazil, but a bit more difficult to navigate. If you get it right, it's beautiful. If you get it wrong, it's awful. We've got that pretty much spot on there, and you know what I'm going to do now. I think all you guys know exactly what I'm going to do here. I'm going to go down the inside of Daniel Ricciardo up into P13 and overtake Stroll. Get a step of oversteer, and we won't get DRS. But so Hulkenberg will get the opportunity to come back at us because he's overtaken Daniel Ricciardo. But no, what's happened to Hulkenberg? There's a yellow flag at on the final corner. What's happened there? We need to see that. So Daniel Ricciardo has been overtaken. Hulkenberg's trying to go around the outside, and he's spun it. Hulkenberg has spun it on the final corner, and he's held up in the entire pack. There he is. Ricciardo's been overtaken, and Hulkenberg just spun it. And well, that's just dangerous, Hulkenberg. He's held up Drugovich. That is really dangerous from Hulkenberg. He should have just waited for everyone else. But there's a safety car. No!
No! No! No!
No! Why is there a safety car? Oh, he just spun it. Surely the safety car didn't need to come out for that. So we're going to pit again along with the whole field. We're down in P13. And that is not what ideal. We were doing so well. If we'd stayed on the soft, on the mediums before, we might have been able to do a bit better. As we now pit onto the medium tyres, onto new mediums. Everyone in the field, I believe, has pit. But that's really unfortunate for us. As we come out ahead of Stroll, okay, that's not too bad. But that's a bit of a shame that we pit on the first safety car. Really, really unfortunate as we come out the pit lane in P13. As we got lean mode.
Got
I don't know if you saw it there. We've got lean mode. Yeah, there it is. We've got lean mode on the safety car. That's absolutely fine by me. I'm not going to complain on that. We can save fuel under the safety car, but it's hilarious. There's now safety car in this lap from P13. Alex Albon ahead of us, Kevin Magnussen ahead of him. That shows we've lost position since our first pit stop. As we go racing again here in Mexico City, is again not getting the best of exits off the safety car. Restarters. Lance Stroll going for the move into turn 1. Maybe no, we deploy ERS and he's still going for it, to be fair, but I think we'll have him covered. Yes, we do. Still in P13 and Alexander Albon ahead of us in the Williams. And you guys, you all know what's going to happen here. I'm not sure if I even need to commentate it, but I should because we're going to get Magnussen as well. Double overtake into the final corner. What an insane move. As now Valtteri Bottas points up ahead. We've gone from P13 to P12 in a corner. Wow, what a move from us. And Kevin Magnussen, we're going to leave you in the dust. As there's 3 wide up ahead with Bottas. With Hamilton. Is that Verstappen? No, Hamilton, Gasly and Alonso. 3 wide up ahead. Can we try and set up a move on all 4 of them? We get past Bottas, who's being held up. Gasly holds Hamilton up. We're going to get past Lewis Hamilton up into P9. Can we also get past Pierre Gasly into this corner? Yes, we can. Dive down the inside. Up into P8. And 4 points being gained at the moment. And Fernando Alonso up ahead in the Aston Martin. A quicker car than us. And Sergio Perez in the Red Bull even further ahead. But Perez, remember, he's only pit once. His tyres will surely be wearing a lot now. And surely we'll be able to overtake Checo and possibly get a P7 result here. As now, lap 17, we have caught up a bit to Perez, but Lewis Hamilton is overtaking us up into P8 for him. We're in P9 now. Can we try and keep the position? Can we try and re-overtake him with DRS on this lap? We won't get the DRS here though, unfortunately. We're going to have to fight to keep within DRS, but we do keep within DRS on lap 18 and we gain. We're going to go for the move on Hamilton. Down the inside, up into P8 again, re-overtaking him as Fernando Alonso. Now the next man who has overtaken Perez, Sergio Perez, the next person for us to overtake, as Fernando Alonso thinking about the move on Max Verstappen, which he's going for now. And he's got it, I think. But can we try and set up a move on Verstappen ourselves? Or is Perez going to try and sneak a move on Fernando Alonso? Alonso's overtaken Verstappen. He's overtaken Perez. It's now our turn to have a go at the 2 Red Bull drivers. It's out the final corner. DRS active. ERS not being used too much. We used a bit on exit as Perez going for the move on Verstappen. Verstappen, surely we'll be able to get him as well. Will be the double world champion at the moment and on course to be triple if he can just get one more win, I believe. As we come to the closing ends of this season, we're going to get a much better exit than we would have, but we just lose a bit of the rear end there. But still, can we go for a big, huge dive bomb down the inside of Verstappen? Yes, we can. Up into P7. We go a bit deep, but we do keep the position on Max. As Sergio Perez now the next man to try and overtake the Mexican Minister of Defense in his home race, gone from a Q1 exit to P6 at the moment, but he's only going to be going backwards from here because he's not got DRS on Alonso. We've got DRS on him on the outside. Surely we overtake him. We just bide our time. He goes a bit deep. Maybe no. but we're going to go down the inside of him into that corner. As make a bit of contact with him, and we think about the move on the outside, but not quite able to do it. But he's harrying. He's doing quite well at the moment. Is he Sergio Perez? As now we're going to go down the outside, up into P6. Perez fights us, but we do get the position. And again, oversteer. The tyres now are starting to scream out. Well, not scream out too bad. He's starting to wear. And maybe we won't be able to get Fernando Alonso by the end of this race, but we'll have to be now looking behind us. P6, the maximum result, I think, here in Mexico. A great comeback drive from P7, from P22 to P6, but it might not be P6 just yet as Hamilton overtakes us, as Perez is overtaking us. We're down to P8. We're going to fight back on Lewis, who's on the hards, actually. I don't think I mentioned that, but he couldn't overtake us quite. Perez now has overtaken us. Will we be able to come back at him at the end of this lap? And we do just manage to stay within DRS for those following couple of laps. And here I see an opportunity, second to last lap, gaining on Perez. DRS active, ERS used. We're going to fly by the home hero up into P6. Pretty simple. That's probably the most textbook move I've done. The easiest move I've done this whole race of all the overtakes we've done. But we will find out, is Perez going to come back at us on the last lap? It's not over just yet, because Perez will have 4 more doses of DRS until the end of the race, assuming he keeps in that 1 second, which I'm sure he will do. He's still in a Red Bull, despite us being him being the 5th best car now. He's still got a much better machinery underneath him. And here he goes for the move. We're going to deploy all our ERS on the last lap of the race. On the straight, Perez going round the outside of us. But we are going to keep the position but he'll get another bite of the cherry going into turn 4. But he's just a bit far back. But he has got the DRS, and that will enable him to close up on us as we go onto the final straight of the final dose of DRS past the Senna, past the S's, the windy section. We are soon going to find out who's going to finish in P6. It's going to be us or Sergio Perez. At the moment, we are in pole position to do it. Perez 6/10 behind us, but he's much quicker in this section. And if he gets a good exit, he will do so much better. As you can see, he's now 4/10 behind us. It was 6 as we go a bit off track. We've lost it. We go so straight. I thought I'd covered it. No, Perez has overtaken us. We've almost spun at the end. Can we try and go back down the inside? Please. We break so late. We have to go neutral gear. Perez switchbacks us. This is going to be so tight. Up to the line. What's it going to be? We force Perez wide. He switched back us. We have to see that again. We have to. We've gone down the inside of Sergio Perez in the final corner. We lost it previously. Perez switchbacks us. A great racing from him. But we're on the inside and we do keep the position on Sergio Perez. Wow. I've never ever seen that before. Last corner overtaken here. Of course, you knew it was our favourite corner in Sector 3. P6 after what an insane last lap with Sergio Perez. Great driving from him, to be fair. Kept it clean. We kept it clean on our side too. Fair play.
Tell me, Alex, how did they manage to achieve this win?
Well, they certainly stood out as a drive with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
Looking at the podium, you can see that red suit familiar to fans across the globe. World-class win for a world-class team. Ferrari, do it again. is the gap between our championship leader and the rest of the standings. Now, let's
P6
discuss
for
it.
us then, after an insane drive last, all the way to P6. Very solid indeed. Piastri picking up a podium in his rookie days, finishing ahead of Lando Norris, who only was managed P14 after his spin. Felipe Drugovich DNF'd. I didn't show that, but he retired from the race. I believe he had an engine failure, which is not ideal whatsoever. Max Verstappen outside the points then, most unfortunately for him, so his world title still waits. It would be some mega comeback if anyone could win it here, but Charles Leclerc does certainly seem up for it. As we look at the standings, 68 points now only, with 3 races to go. 68 points is the gap, with a possible 75 still available. Actually, no more because of the sprint. I'm not sure how many, 83 maybe still available. But Red Bull lead the constructors by 91. I think that is all pretty much wrapped up, unless Ferrari can pull some sort of miracle. As now we head to the team hub. Sao Paulo Grand Prix is next to be very close indeed. And engine issues, that was for the Limo to get 400 R&D points for free in that way. Yeah, you tell me that they keep telling me, to the team, that they found out why it happened, but why lean mode keeps activating, but it never does anything. But anyway, guys, if you have enjoyed this video, do make sure to drop a like and subscribe. It helps out so much, and I'll see you guys next time for the Brazilian Grand Prix in Sao Paulo. Goodbye.